We need to have nuanced conversations, but we also need to believe trans people exist.
Trans community are a vulnerable community.
I've been fuming, my stomach churns when I think about it.
Transgender people and their supporters have gathered here to protest inside and around Parliament against the so-called bathroom ban. They want politicians to listen to them. But how did we get here and what does it all mean? The conversations today are happening in there, but it started over the road at the Supreme Court. That's where in April they made the ruling that a woman is defined in equality law as a biological woman, and that gender recognition certificates, so those legal documents recognising someone's acquired or chosen gender, well, they don't change that. How are public places like gyms, schools and offices meant to interpret that? There are lots of competing views. Transgender people want to be protected from discrimination.
Right now, after the Supreme Court ruling, I was defined a biological woman. It misgenders me. It does not reflect who I am. And it puts people like myself at great risk.
Women's rights campaigners want any rules to protect women, to keep women-only spaces private and safe.
What is going to be in the final EHRC guidance is going to be what the Supreme Court has said the law is, because they cannot deviate from that.
This is where the equality regulator, known as the EHRC, come in. They issued initial guidance which said that the Supreme Court judgment means that trans women, people who are biologically male but identify as female, shouldn't use women's facilities such as toilets. They also said it was compulsory for places to provide single-sex toilets.
I don't understand why people are suddenly now unable to recognise what their sex is and understand that if they are male, they should stay out of female-only spaces, because they know what their sex is and they know that they are transgressing.
That frustrated the trans community as they felt it forced them to live by their biological sex rather than their chosen gender. So campaigners challenged it and said the guidance could breach the Equality Act. Now the EHRC have updated their guidance and said instead that suitable facilities should be provided, that they can be mixed sex if they're lockable from the inside.
They're scared of violence against women, which I am too. That's nothing to do with trans people.
Think about how we treated gay people in the 80s and how much of a shameful mistake that was. We don't want to make those same mistakes again. Transphobia is not cool.
It is simply a question of a few tweaks around how businesses might go about ensuring that their current facilities are compliant with the law.
None of this is final though. There's still a public consultation where lots of people will submit their views, and there are some of them here with notices and written messages to MPs. The final consultation ends at the end of June and then the guidance will be submitted.